It's Week 18 of the NFL, and we'll see the dynamic Justin Fields. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Pioneers and the Tigers, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to British Columbia and the gleaming jewel that is Vancouver, Canada. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis joining you from the booth. And, Charles, we take a peek at this Vancouver team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors from north of the border, things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point. But, boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from Vancouver. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Carr right away going to look to throw. And incomplete to open things up. When you look at this defense, and right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now he's flushed out left. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front seven can get him down.
This is brought in at the 21. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Back to throw. Fields. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards on the play. First down. Now Fields. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
In motion goes the tight end. And they'll fake the handoff. Now Fields out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Fields. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And the numbers will show he's been one of the most productive QBs in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yardage. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Carr. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. And just a net of 31 here, 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Now it's Fields. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That'll give them 8 that time. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Fields now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Fields. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Mixon is into the end zone. Touchdown. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone, The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Carr now to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. When you look at this defense, they're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for...
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Pioneers offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. And he's been effective with the ball in his hands all season long. The NFL's leader among quarterbacks in touchdowns scored on the ground. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Inside handoff to Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, I don't want to be a jinx partner and put the whammy on him, but I think we could be looking at an all-time day on the ground with the way that he's going. Only a few quarterbacks in this league are capable of a 100-yard game, and he's halfway there just in the first quarter. This is a record-setting pace. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and we can have fun watching it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Fields to Mixon on the check down. Touchdown! Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Pioneers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and a defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here to about the 35, 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now. Toronto in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Here's Carr. He's got the connection to Moore. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Shotgun now for Carr. And his throw is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Jordan Davis. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now is not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game. Take the points when they're there. And put the emphasis on your defense to go out and get you the football back.
The Pioneers offense and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. And we'll have to wait and see what his final numbers are at the conclusion of this weekend. But as he enters Week 18, the NFL's leader in receptions. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 29, here's second down and 7. Looking to throw. Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Now Joe Mixon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. On play action, Fields. That's going to be taken in by Downs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. In motion left goes Boyd. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And this taken in by Downs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mixing up the middle. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Mixing again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Fields. Steps away. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Justin Fields taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Pioneers are able to extend their lead. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
You doing okay over there, partner? Because that's yet another sack in this game that you just had to call. And we're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, or this could really get ugly in the second half.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda now. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now it's Mixon running right, and he'll work down inside the 45. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Back to throw, Fields. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Out of the gun, Fields. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Pioneers are able to add on to their first-half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Throwing now is Carr. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And this one is right through. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground and added another on the receiving end for good measure. He was awesome.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, here we sit, week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Play action. It's Fields. Pass incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now Fields. The short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing again is Fields. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. It's Mixon on the counter. Down to about the 32.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the gun, here's Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. A shotgun snap, Fields. Flush to his right. There he goes again. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Mixon trying to punch it in, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Pioneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Gibbs. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Carr. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Carr. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Play action, now it's Carr. He lets it go deep for Mayer. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And past the 30, down to about the 27. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. To throw, it's Carr. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Brandon Graham in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Now Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they knock that deficit down from 29 to 26. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The home team's offense and running back Joe Mixon set to take over once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that what
he would have kept it on the ground.
To Mixon on the check down. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of 40. So they escape, so to speak, containing the football. Defensive opportunity missed.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. Back now. This quarter. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Play action. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they do get him down before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 25 yards that time. Is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard, 3. Now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy. The medical look here. Step time. Joe Mixon. It's his 18th right touchdown of the year. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the as they extend their lead in this 4th quarter. Well, here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who just step up so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent John Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronk Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
So that drive goes 8 plays. Culminating the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right at the 5-yard line. The visitors' offense here gives Hack onto the field. It's put in work and then some. Incredible on the ground at this point in the fourth quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already. Another 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 5. A gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Carr now looking left side, and he's got that. They'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So on the other side of the field, 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive. Carr going to throw.
He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Hunt. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Gibbs again.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Tigers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Finish off the drive with a touchdown run. Remember, had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. Good-looking return set up here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Vancouver offense out and about set for another series.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense. They'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
95 yards on the ground for him now with 4 touchdown runs tacked on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, They've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Now it's Fields. He gets this one to Boyd. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Flushed out right. A nice job there on the escape. Bramble, a first 16.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries as rewarded by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we'll witness.
And he will take this one and for a touchdown. Mixon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Pioneers are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. So it's a high five for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense might be a white flag. They have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. He's going to look deep for more. And oh, nearly the first pick of the game. Incomplete. The Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Jordan Davis getting him once again in the afternoon.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. To more than 6 in one contest, winning by points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. So good field for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Right at the line. It'll be a couple of ways to keep him. So many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And they'll send Boyd in motion left. Back to throw. Fields. He completes it to Boyd. And down inside 15 shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Fields now to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Mixon on the toss right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Fields. First out to his left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they just continue to roll. And Charles, you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. That's right side to Palmer.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of one-sided affair. The football set. Look at now as they search for a score. And down he goes. A covered sack. Took too long to get rid of it.
John Kaminsky
in there area for a loss of 11.
Talk about 2 seconds of ball across Murray's almost over the offense. The defense, they still have a few shots in. The front 7 loves ball game. They've been able to pad their stats and get a sack as well.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
The pressure gets to him again.
Of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense. Entire team. A real defense. It's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball. On offense right now, spark their game. It's been because of what you do defensive pressure.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. We'll call it 2 yards, 3 on the return. And it's over 1st and 10. The offense now at a line, ready for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here in this league, 4th quarter. The defense did have all 3 timeouts. This like it's also bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Vancouver, they do get that 10th win of the year as they finish up at 10-7 overall.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Toronto,
this loss will be the capper to what will be a disappointing 5-12 campaign.
and with some high picks coming in this spring's draft, it's a team for whom a roster overhaul may be on the way. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.